Get the buffet tables ready because they will continue it during it gets so lonely here. Where were we? Think we were buried alive or something. You move your arms outwards, but they do not get very far. There is a wall above you and walls on either side of you, walls which do not budge no matter how hard you push. Not, I must add, that you can push particularly hard, your anxious state notwithstanding, and we also have weak bones or something. You have never had much in the way of upper body strength, nor lower body strength. You don't have much in the way of strength at all. We suck. Okay, we get it, we suck. You feel quite helpless as you lie there, out of breath from your meager exertions, unsure of what you should do. You can only see a foot in front of your face. You do not know where you are, nor why a terrible premonition is beginning to bear down upon you, one which initially you tried to discard. You did not want to accept it as a possibility, but where else could the truth lie? You are lying in a box, hemmed in by walls which offer only a scant a few inches for you to stretch in any direction. Where else could you be but a coffin? Under the bed? The moment you allow yourself to ponder this awful reality is the moment you hear it, the irregular sound of drumming. It is as though somebody, though they must be a very large somebody, even though there's only one person left in the world in this fucking village, which is the gravedigger, but sure, let's assume that they must be a very large somebody, is tapping their fingertips upon the lid of your coffin. That or it is raining. It is not the fingers of a giantess, though, which is disturbing you, nor is it falling rain. It is Doit. The sound continues on and on as though it is drilling its way inside your skull. It is relentless, merciless. Like the ticking of a great celestial clock, it cannot be stopped. Your time is almost running out, but you knew that already, didn't you, when you were running through the forest? You ought to have known, silly thing, that you could not outpace your destiny forever. Sorry, destiny is to die anytime we meet a person. Sooner or later, it would catch up to you. You are stubborn, though, and you do not want to accept this. Not content to simply lie there, you cry out. You cry not for your parents, whom you hardly knew, nor for your school friends, for you never had any. Okay, thank you for pointing out that I don't have any friends, nor I don't have any family. Like, thanks, what a low blow. If I had balls, it would have fucking hurt. Instead, you cry out for your new companion, the girl with whom you have been living, and with whom you had shared one precious cherished moment, just one. You cry out for the grave digger. Surely this is some manner of mistake. Once you realize that you are in fact entombed in one of the coffins she is currently filling, for who else would have been moving the dirt above you? She will cease her operations at once. She will pull you out of the darkness back into the world of the living, and then she will hold you close. She will embrace you. Stop thinking happy thoughts. She cannot mean to cause you any harm, even though she's currently doing it right now. Now when she was so good to you and so kind. Just because somebody's so kind, that doesn't mean they're not, capable of doing this. Why would she bury you? Because we're a fucking asshole. You cry to her so loudly you fear your vocal cords might tear, all while banging against the roof of your compact prison. You cry desperately, helplessly, and to your relief, your cries do not fall upon deaf ears. The sound of the falling soil stops, albeit briefly. Then you hear a voice. The voice is very faint, given it's being filtered through the coffin's sturdy lid, but you can recognize it. So, you're awake then, are you, dear one? The grave digger says. She sighs. Then she says in a perplexed sort of a voice, "Now that is a pickle. I was hoping you'd be asleep a couple hours more, so that last time we spoke could have been on better terms. If you keep screaming like that, I'm going to feel bad." Your companion's words, though this are unmistakable. You are so tense, you are attuned to every single syllable, and each of them makes you gasp. Was this not a mistake, then? Does she truly mean to bury you alive? You pose this question to the gravedigger as best as you can, trying to keep the tremors from your voice as you do. Perhaps you think in your optimism that if you do not let her know how afraid you are, she will reward you for your bravery and let you go. If this is what you are hoping, though, it is in vain. That's right, you really do catch on quick. So it would appear she really has committed to the task of burying you. Yeah, I couldn't tell. What an unfortunate turn of events. Why, though, would you do such a thing? You thought that she was your friend. We are friends, the gravedigger says, her voice still worryingly offhand, worryingly empty. I'm very fond of you. There's nobody dearer to me than you. I've had a really good time these last... How long's it been again? I don't remember. Neither do you. Well, if this little detail has slipped both of your minds, it can't be all that important. You have other things to worry about. If you really are friends, you say to the gravedigger, then what does she hope to gain by burying you? You do not understand, but you understand her reply even less. Well, here's the thing, the gravedigger says in a reasonable sort of a voice, as though burying somebody alive could ever be thought of as a reasonable action. What an asshole. I've been digging graves for a long time, see? You cannot see. It is too dark. But you affirm that you do all the same. Well, I was digging all these graves, but I've not had anybody to put them in. Not for ages. It was rather sad. You think you know where this straight logic, twisted though it is, might be going, so you do not interrupt her. You know no good would come of it. All you can do for the present is lie there and listen. Can't you at least wait for me to die or something before burying me alive? I was thinking I'd never find another person to bury in this godforsaken village, not after the plague messed everything up. I was getting desperate. Until you came along, that is. Now that I have somebody I can bury, I'm not gonna let the opportunity pass me by. Great logic. Wow, what empathy. I'm sorry, but it's just part of my job. It's what my father taught me to do. It's all I know how to do. That's fucking retarded. Just because that is the only thing you can do, that doesn't mean you should do the thing which you should be doing. Can't you at least wait for me to die of natural causes before burying me? Why are you burying me when I'm still functional? God, what a fucking idiot. It's like, I know you're a cook, but I don't know where I'm going with this. You are a chef. You need ingredients to cook, but there's only a friend left. And because you're a chef, hey man, can I use you for my ingredients? Because I am a chef and that is all what I was taught to do. Did your father not taught you to have, I don't know, basic common sense and common decency and not be a prick? Not be a fucking douchebag or something? Not be a fucking murderer? Did your father taught you that? Or is your father the same as you, like a fucking weirdo serial killer? Stupid as fuck. I'm sorry, but it's just part of my job. It's what my father taught me to do. It's all I know how to do. You could have done anything else. There are job options available, especially since you're the only person left in the village, you stupid cunt. I buried my mother, and I buried my father. I buried all of my friends. Now I'm going to bury you too. What amazing logic. Totally makes sense. I understand it. No, I don't. It is sound logic. No, it's not, you fucking idiot. In a sense, as the daughter of a gravedigger, digging graves is her job, but something about it rankles you. Does your job description include burying people alive? If only you could put your finger on it. Yeah. There's a bit of a flaw with the reasoning, is there not? Yeah, obviously. You are not dead after all. You might not be dead now, the gravedigger says in response to your ingenuity, but you will be, if given enough time. Can you just wait for me to actually die before you fucking bury me, you stupid idiot cunt? I mean, everybody else I've ever known has died. Who's to say you wouldn't be next? I don't know. My physical body, my health. So it's saying, yes, I'm not next. Seems rather more likely that you will die quickly if she persists with her poorly thought out plan to bury you. Your confidence is not very large. It affords you a precious little space. Eventually, if trapped within it for long enough, you will run out of oxygen, then you will suffocate. That or you will starve to death. Eesh, it's so scary to starve to death, man. Either way, your demise will be a slow, painful one. You are unsure which death would be worse, though, given how precarious your situation is. You do not wish to expend the necessary energy needed to ponder it. You need to plead with the gravedigger, and quickly, while she is still here. You tell her tearfully that you would not leave her. Why would you? You try to sound as convincing as your disordered nerves will allow, but the gravedigger remains unmoved. Gotta hand it to you, gravedigger. You sure are dedicated to your job, no matter how retarded you are. Is this what happens when autism takes over? They just don't stop. You say that, she says, but how can I know you're telling the truth? I thought you said you were a traveler. They never stay put in one place for long. You get sick of me before long. Then you leave me. This way, at least, I can be assured that we'll always stay together. Why did you bury yourself along with me? That way, we literally can stay together forever. If I bury you like I did the others, we'll never be far apart. I even took care to put you in a nice spot close to my home, so you're only a stone's throw away, really. Wow, that makes me feel a whole lot better. Thanks a lot, dumb bitch. Isn't that nice? Go fuck yourself, cunt. Privately, you think that the gravedigger has a different conception of the word nice to you. You do not say this, however. You cannot say much of anything because the panic has begun to set in. It is choking you, stopping up your throat so you can only cry. You scream. You beg and you plead, but it does little good. The gravedigger has already buried her mother. She has already buried her little brothers. She has even buried her father, whom she loved above all else. She thinks by burying you, she's doing unto you an act of great kindness. You think that she's going to kill you. In a sense, you're both right. What the fuck? Your opinions are so diametrically opposed in this matter, however, that you will never be able to find any common ground except for the ground that we are standing on right now, except for me, which is I'm currently under the common ground, if you know what I mean. Ha 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 ha. Ah, fuck me. You might as well save your screaming. She will not listen to you. She is beyond listening. Shush, shush, dear one, says the gravedigger, very gently, just as gently as she spoke last night, when she confided in you all of her fears. It won't be so bad, really. Nothing will be able to hurt you down there, except for my own body, which will eat itself because of starvation. It'll be just like going to sleep for a really, really long time. Oh, by God, I don't want to sleep. You can rest, and while you rest, I'll tend to you. I'll plant flowers on your grave. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Nope, I very much would not like this. I very much would like to be out of this goddamn coffin. This way we can always be together. That's your logic is awful. You fail at logic. You're an idiot. And I'll never be lonely again. While the gravedigger speaks, she begins to pile even more soil onto the roof of your coffin. The sound of dirt on top of you, on your arms, your legs, and your head conceals your companion's final words. You cannot hear her. You cannot hear anything beyond the sounds of the dirt and the scrapings of the shovel and your own despair frantic screams. You scream and you scream and you scream without cease until your throat feels hoarse, but your efforts are in vain. You hammer on the lid of the coffin with as much strength as you can muster, but the lid of the coffin is nailed shut. You are in no position to remove it. All you can do is lie there, screaming and crying and banging your fist on the roof of the coffin over and over as more dirt and debris falls on top of you. Eventually, enough dirt falls on you to stifle your screams for good. The gravedigger can no longer hear you, and you can no longer hear her. You are all alone, trapped in a narrow wooden box which, regardless of what you want, is now your new home. You can smell the soil in the backs of your nostrils when you inhale. It is so potent you can taste it on your tongue. You can taste the eventual, inevitable decay of your own body. No, it is just the soil. You will remain trapped here underground forever and ever. Or to use less melodramatic terms, until the last of your energy escapes you and you succumb to your own slow suffocation. It isn't a very pleasant way to go, but you'll forgive me if my sympathy is limited. You did bring this upon yourself, you know. You reap what you sow, and in your case, you made a series of bad decisions which led to your untimely demise. Now what do you want to do? Will you accept this fate of yours and rest in peace, or will you try to fight against it? Accept your fate. Very well then, enjoy your eternal slumber. I suppose this is good night for now, but it is not goodbye. You cannot escape from me, even if you're buried deep beneath the earth. Where there is a will, there is a way. And even if the whole world has forsaken you, I never will, even though you're demonstrating right now that yes, you have forsaken me. Thanks a lot, cunt. I will never leave you. You will never be lonely again. I am dying again, so that's fucking great job. Load. Fight against your fate. Are you not happy with the hand that fate has dealt you? Nope. Very well, I cannot blame you. It is quite a grim ending. I would not wish it upon my worst enemy, and you are rather dearer to me than that. Now, why don't we give this another go? Just try not to be buried alive this time. I can only endure so much of your screaming. Stupid bitch. Your fate is once again in your hands. Now I wonder, which path will you take? There's only one path left, stupid. Yep. Go to the castle. So, you want to go to the castle? Like I have any other choice. I can't go to the fucking police. Good idea. All decent fairy tales tend to conclude in castles once they're beleaguered. I don't know if that's pronounced. But upon heroines are finally able to wed the handsome princess they once dreamed of. Why bother trying your luck with the shore, which may very well be deserted, or the village, which will be full of dirty, barefoot peasants? It is far better to skip the suffering and go straight to the grand finale. That is very astute of you. I did not realize you had it in you to be so mercenary. I can only wonder what you will uncover during your moonlight meanderings. The night is far from over, and your adventures are only just beginning. I hope that you have brushed up your curtsies. They might come in handy when one is interacting with the sovereign. Royals can be temperamental after all. If you fail to treat them with the prerequisite amount of respect, you might come to regret it. Oh boy, we are gonna die again, but how? I wonder if we're gonna get speared this time in the head or something. You follow the path that leads to this castle, supporting yourself on weary, aching legs which feel ready, at a moment's notice, to detach from your hips. You're a little more than a wisp of a girl, but you have been running for so very long, and your feet are so very numb, and you feel like a great lumbering thing, clumsy and ungainly. We are like the slime, the blob. The soles of your feet are screaming at you, "Stupid fucking idiot." You need to lie down and quickly. You only hope, as you continue to run, you will find a spare room available for you in the castle. You do not know that exactly will await you at the castle, but you have visions as you run of a vast, opulent dwelling. This dwelling will surely be full of finely furnished rooms in which you might rest your weary head. There must also be a king and a queen inside this castle, you ponder, who will be kind and wise, and what of their children? What of a princess? Every good castle must possess a princess who will take pity on you and your plight. You can imagine the face of this generous princess with ease, thanks to the fairy tales you read in abundance as a small child. The princess will be fair of hair and blue of eye, with soft pink lips pursed with rosebud. God damn it, we're putting these so... We're imagining these things, and when we finally go to the thing and saw what is reality, we'll be disappointed, like, hey, you're not the thing that was my fairy tales described. What the hell? Well, yeah, because that's fairy tales. This is reality. Ah, man, this is so doo-doo head. This is so dumb. My head hurts. God damn it. Let me just drink my coffee. Her limbs will be slender. Again, we are so focused on physical features and we keep ignoring fucking red flags. Why are we so stupid? Her hands dainty and unsullied from physical labor. And her sensibilities will be sweeter than marzipan? What the fuck? She will be kind to you and compassionate, just like an older sister. You do not know what older sisters are like, though, or younger sisters, for that matter. You are only guessing. You are not a complete fool, however, despite your tendency to daydream, and you do not have a few reservations. Monarchs do not, as you know, from voracious reading, have the best track record, when it comes to caring for the peasantry. Was there not a very famous queen who once said, with a cavalier wave of her hand, that the hungry peasants in her kingdom should content themselves with cake if bread was not an option? What a stupid cunt. You think that this might be a misquote, but the point still stands. Though royals are supposed to grant their subjects secure, In their time of need, this does not always happen. In fact, it very rarely happens. Kings and queens and princes are just people at the end of the day, and they are subject to the same caprices that all humans are. They can also be careless and selfish and inconsiderate. There's no guarantee that this mythical princess of your imagination will help you. Why, there's no guarantee that this mythical princess exists at all. Still, you must try. It is this hope which keeps you going. You continue to run to the castle. It takes some time before you finally emerge from the woods, but finally you do it. How much time, you ask? I don't know. I cannot answer that because I don't have my smartphone with me. Did I not say that time had begun to lose all its meaning? I don't know. I fucking missed it. There's so many fucking words on the screen. I forget the previous words that was spoken because how fucking stupid it got written. The forest is behind you now, obviously. At least, and all the awful nightmares which dwelt within it. It is still cold, though foggy and very, very dark. The sun is yet to rise. You can see the moon more clearly now. Come on, me. You can do this. You can read. Focus. Though as it hangs above your head, round as any pearl or orb or crystal ball. The moonlight shines down upon the castle, which looms in front of you like a cliffside. The stone edifice of the building is imposing, and it drowns you in the shadows darker than the depths of the deepest ocean. God damn, can we stop referencing the fucking mermaid? The castle is not all dark though, not like the night sky above it. When you crane your head, you can see that there are lights flickering within in the narrow slatted woods. Woods? I think I said windows. Yeah, slatted windows. It would appear that somebody is home. The king and queen, perhaps, I don't know. What of their servants? What, perhaps more pressingly, of their guards? You half expect as you stand there that armored knights will accost you for daring to approach the castle of king and queen so-and-so. Do you not know your place, foolish peasant girl with the dirty skirt? Begone with you. You are not, of course, a peasant. Your family is a wealthy one, or rather, they were before your father made a series of poor financial decisions. You do not look like a young lady right now, with your dirty face and your dirty skirt which is torn out the hem. If any guards were to take you for a vagrant, it would not be surprising. Vagrant. Is it vagrant? Vagrant. I don't know. But though you stand there dithering, your filthy fingers tucked in your front of your filthy skirt, you do not hear any cries. Nobody sounds the alarm. Lights run beyond the inside of the castle, but there's nobody outside of this perimeter standing sentry. There is nobody to impede your entry, and the elaborate iron gates which are set into the vast stone walls about the castle's exterior are open, just a crack. It would be a trivial matter to slip inside. There's nobody to stop you. Why are you trembling now, you silly thing? You have come so very far. It would be an act of foolishness to turn around now. Go on, go. You inhale, perhaps in an attempt to screw up your courage, which has at long last begun to fail you. And then you step forwards. You slide between the raw iron gates, as stealthy and as secretive as a thief. They cross the path which leads up to the tall, imposing structure. The domed doorway, which leads into the castle itself, hewn from stone, is closed, but at a push of your palm it swings inwards. The door creaks alarmingly as it opens, the sound loud enough to split the silence like a thunderclap. You inhale this, glance around, your eyes darting hither and thither. Yeah, coffee. I need coffee. God damn it, this fucking game. If there are any guards posted about the castle's grounds, they should have all been alerted by that sound. Will they come for you at long last? What will happen should they catch you? Will they throw you into dungeons? That does not sound like a pleasant way to spend a night. Well, it's better than being outside and being chased by whatever. At least you would have a roof over your head, though, and you would not have to keep walking. Your feet really do ache. God damn, this game gives me a fucking headache. You stand there for an indeterminable amount of time, your heart pounding a panicked, irregular rhythm in the base of your throat. But no matter how much time elapses, no guards come. You are thankful for your good luck, though it does not make you wonder. Where is everybody? Why, it is almost as if all the people in the world have disappeared. Could you be the very last human left alive? You frowned and pressed your palm against the back door. You pushed less cautiously this time, heedless of the loud sound, which splits the silence. There's no point in worrying about the guards not when they might very well be non-existent. Oh, my neck. Your entry to the castle secured, you then take a step forwards. The door swings shut behind you and the resultant slam makes you jump. You did not expect it, but we are strong enough to open the goddamn door, which is big as hell. Your heart knocks against your ribs and with wild eyes you glance about. You are standing in a vast entrance hall made of stone which splits off into any number of passages. At the very end of the hall, meanwhile, there is a large elaborate staircase, one which seems to extend to the heavens themselves. It is dark inside the hall, but there are numerous torches, set in sconces in the stone wall which are aflame. They offer some relief from the shadows. You can hear the faint sound of the wind outdoors as it moans against the castle's impervious walls, but you cannot hear any footsteps. You cannot hear any voices. You cannot, more importantly, hear any people. Maybe the castle is empty. If that is the case, though, then who will leave these torches? It is a curious conundrum. You muster up what remains of your courage, then cry out, addressing the empty hall in timorous voice, which fails to properly fill up the space. Hello, you say, your eyes wide. Is anybody there? Your voice echoes through the vast empty hall, but it is met yet again with silence. You cannot say you are too surprised, but it is somewhat disappointing. Not one to be deterred, you try again and again, your voice growing louder with each subsequent attempt. No matter how loud your voice, however, it fails to reach any ears. If anybody's here, they do not seem to be particularly sociable. That, or perhaps they simply cannot hear you. Could they be in another room? Could they be fucking deaf? Could they be fucking stupid? Could they be fucking retarded? Could they be fucking mentally ill? Yeah, that must be it. You will never find that pretty fairy tale princess of your imagination if you stand idle, you know. It is time to get to work. Put those legs of yours to good use. God damn it, how many fucking... My head hurts. Jesus, how long is this fucking writing? God damn it. Did you see that shit? Did you see that fucking shit? It is fucking shit. Blah blah yap yap yap. God damn it. Not knowing what else to do, is there anything else you could do? You begin to explore. You examine the rooms first at the ground floor of the castle, which are of a similar scale to the impressive entrance hall, large and richly furnished but utterly unoccupied. After some time of aimless meandering, encountering nobody save the ghosts of eons past memorialized on portraits upon the walls, you muster the courage to ascend to the second floor. This floor too, you examine, wandering through a seemingly endless series of hallways until at long last you find a door which is ajar. Fuck you. From between the crack in the door and the jamb, you can see flickering light. Irregular, yeah, but it is light nonetheless. Could it be from a fireplace? That would suggest that this room is occupied, unlike all the others. No shit, really? You think? Perhaps the kind of princess you dreamed of will be awaiting you in this room. It is with a trembling hand that you press your palm against the door. You push it. Please, please, please show up. Then you step inside the bedchamber, which unveils itself to you. Shyly, you stand in the threshold of a chamber, much of your courage extinguished, and gasp. The bedroom itself is gorgeous. It is a chamber so luxuriant not even the shadows can obscure the fine craft of the furniture within it, nor the rich patterns of the walls. It is the girl inhabiting the chamber, however, who truly takes your breath away. That's all this hype and for her? Why are you wearing that? Why is your hair like that? Sitting upon the velveteen sheets of the towering four-poster is a girl in a pompous red gown who seems to be of a like age to you. You do not have a clear view of the girl's face. Her head is bowed, her gaze directed downwards at her lap. You tell her from her hair, however, and from her slender calves, which protrude from beneath the hem of her dress, that she is very pretty, of course. The girl's hair is golden, just like freshly cut wheat, but it is the red of her dress which truly captures your attention. She is so striking you cannot look away from her. Yeah, god, the doll jump scared me. The girl is not alone in her chamber either. She has a companion, though this companion is not half so endearing as she. In her lap, perched upon her velvet skirt, is a doll. The doll's hair, like that of her mistress, is golden, though much of it is hidden beneath a bonnet. The girl is adjusting the china teacup held in the doll's tiny hand, while the rim of the cup glints in the night. Music oozes from the fireplace. If the girl is of a similar age to you, it seems rather strange that she would content herself by playing with dolls. Is she not too old for it? This girl would be more at home, you decide, at a ball, wearing an extravagant gown, speaking with wealthy noblemen, perhaps even princes. She should not be sitting in what you presume is her bedchamber, adjusting a teacup in a doll's hand. Why? It's because you just get so lonely here. Shut up. But you are not afforded much more time to stand there marveling at the girl because she turns. She raises her head. Then her eyes meet yours. You thought the girl pretty when first you observed her sitting on the edge of her plush, velveteen bed examining her doll. Now she is looking at you, however, her face illuminated by the flames in their grate. You could see that you were mistaken. She's not just pretty, let me guess, she's very pretty. She's beautiful, so much so it is breathtaking. She looks as though she has stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She is simply too perfect to belong to this world. Perhaps is she some kind of vision, awakened dream, a hallucination? I fucking hate you. Shut up. Enough. This gets so lonely. If you want to try the game for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourself. Fuck this game. Fuck you.